So I was not a Shedeur guy. However, because of where he is and the quarterbacks that he is competing with, they've got to start him at some point. Kenny Pickett is injured and not an NFL quarterback. There is a 0% chance that Kenny Pickett is the Browns' answer at quarterback. 0%. Joe Flacco is 40 years old. There is a 0% chance Joe Flacco is their long-term answer at quarterback. Dylan Gabriel, he's too small. There is a 0% chance Dylan Gabriel is the Browns' franchise quarterback 3 years from now. Shedeur, there is a 5% chance Shedeur is the Browns franchise quarterback. 5%. When the other three guys are a combined 0% and you're going to be a terrible team, the moment the year has gotten away from you, you got to play Shedeur.
Chaos erupted in Cleveland this week. Not because of an injury, not because of a major trade, but because a rookie quarterback just did something most NFL veterans wouldn't dare to do. Shedeur Sanders, the Browns' highly anticipated first-round pick, walked straight up to his coaching staff and called them out, right in front of the cameras, teammates, and media. And now, every sports network, podcast, and locker room in the NFL is buzzing with one burning question. Did Shedeur Sanders go too far? Or did he just say what everybody else was thinking?
I would definitely say mentally, even regardless if media, have good ways or bad ways that come about me, I'm more mature in not making those same mistakes I made, in college or whatever I did. So, I treat everybody with respect and with care, and whenever everybody gets over, their own hate towards me for their own weird reason, then, everything will be back good. So that's it. That's where I grew the most, is I'll say mentally.
It all started during a scorching day at Browns training camp, a standard 11-on-11 session where the offense had struggled to get anything going. After a handful of uninspired plays, the offensive coordinator radioed in yet another inside zone run, a play the defense had already seen multiple times. From the moment the play came through the helmet headset, Shedeur's body language changed. He stepped away from the huddle, shook his head, and said it loud enough for the sideline mics to catch. "That's a garbage call, bro. That ain't gonna work. We ain't moving like this." Everyone on the field froze. Teammates stared. Coaches stiffened. Some fans along the sideline even gasped. But Sanders wasn't finished. After executing the play half-heartedly, a predictable run that was blown up in the backfield, Shedeur marched calmly but purposefully toward the sideline. Not in anger, not yelling, but with a cold determination. That's when the moment that's now gone viral happened. Standing just feet away from quarterbacks coach Alex Van Pelt and offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, Shedeur dropped a bombshell right into the heart of the coaching staff's credibility. "We're out here going through the motions while the defense reads everything we run," he said flatly. "This ain't gonna cut it. I'm not about to look stupid out here. If y'all want to win, let's run something that actually works." The silence that followed was deafening. Cameras from the team's in-house media crew caught the entire exchange. The clip leaked within minutes. By sunset, it was all over social media, edited, subtitled, replayed on every ESPN panel and NFL newsfeed. The headlines were immediate and ruthless. Rookie QB blasts coaching staff. Shedeur goes rogue. QB meltdown or leadership moment. Inside Browns headquarters, the tension reportedly exploded. According to team sources, head coach Kevin Stefanski was furious behind closed doors. The offensive staff, blindsided and embarrassed, felt publicly undermined. Veteran players in the offensive line room allegedly called a private meeting to discuss the incident, concerned that their rookie quarterback was already overstepping his bounds. But not everyone was outraged. Some voices in the locker room, albeit off the record, expressed quiet support. One wide receiver reportedly told a local beat writer, "Look, he ain't lying. The defense has been smoking us all week. Same looks, same calls. Maybe it takes the rookie to finally say it out loud." As speculation grew, Shedeur added fuel to the fire by posting a cryptic message on Instagram later that night. "You can't elevate surrounded by those comfortable and average." No caption, no tags, just a dark photo of his cleats covered in camp dirt, and the quote, now screenshotted and shared across every NFL subreddit and sports show. The controversy cuts deeper than a training camp squabble. This isn't just about one play or even one practice. It speaks to a larger question looming over the Browns for years. Does this franchise know how to develop a quarterback? Over the past 2 decades, Cleveland has become the graveyard of young QBs. From Tim Couch to Johnny Manziel to Baker Mayfield, and now the Deshaun Watson saga, the Browns' track record of mismanaging quarterback talent is nothing short of tragic. Shedeur Sanders, a former college star with a strong arm and natural confidence, didn't arrive in Cleveland to be the next in that line. He arrived expecting structure, excellence, and accountability, not just from himself, but from the coaches paid to build the system around him. So when he stood at the edge of the field and said, "We ain't moving like this," it wasn't just a critique of a single call. It was a statement to the entire organization. Some analysts applauded the boldness. Stephen A. Smith said on First Take, "I love that fire, but you better back it up. You're in the NFL now. Grown men get paid to do this. You want to be a leader? Fine. But now the spotlight's on you." Others were far more critical. Skip Bayless blasted Sanders, calling him another Instagram quarterback who thinks he's smarter than the staff before taking a single regular season snap. Shannon Sharp, though, offered a more balanced take. "I've seen worse from veterans. If this lights a fire under the coaching staff, good. But he better deliver, or this'll follow him forever." Even former players chimed in. One anonymous AFC quarterback said on social media, "There's a way to handle stuff behind closed doors. You pull the OC aside. You don't put him on blast like that with cameras running. Now you've made it a circus." But maybe the circus is exactly what the Browns need. Because if we're being honest, the team has been stuck in the same loop for decades. Promising quarterback, conservative play calling, early flashes of hope, and then the same predictable collapse. If Shedeur's actions truly came from a desire to break that cycle, maybe the delivery wasn't perfect, but the message might have been necessary. The next day at practice, all eyes were on Shedeur. Would he be punished? Would the coaches take the reins back? Surprisingly, he ran with the first team again, and something looked different. The offense moved faster. Formations were more diverse. A few deep shots opened up. Was it a coincidence? Or did his message get through? The coaching staff has remained silent publicly. No press conference statements, no fines, no denials. The team's social media accounts even posted photos of Shedeur throwing in the next practice with the caption, "Locked in." But behind the scenes, the tension is still very real. Every move he makes now will be scrutinized. Every incompletion, every third down decision, every sideline conversation. The spotlight was already on him, but now it's white hot, because he asked for it. So, where does this all go? It could go 2 ways. 1. Shedeur's leadership sparks change. The coaches adapt. The offense grows. The Browns finally become the team their talent demands, with a young quarterback at the helm who refuses to settle for mediocrity. Or 2. The organization bristles. Coaches close ranks. The locker room splits, and Shedeur becomes just another quarterback buried beneath the weight of Cleveland's history. Either way, there's no turning back now. The moment Shedeur Sanders walked to that sideline and told his coaches to be better, he planted his flag. Not just as a player, not just as a rookie, but as a man who sees the game differently and refuses to be quiet about it. Time will tell whether he made a brilliant stand or a fatal misstep. But one thing is certain. He's not here to play it safe. He's here to change things. And the entire NFL is watching.